Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report with Seth Tierney, the head coach of Hofstra Men's Lacrosse. Morning, Coach. How's everything going today?
Good morning, Nick. A little rainy out there today, but we're doing all right.
Yeah, a little rain never hurt anyone, especially not in the lacrosse world. It was a 22-10 loss to the eighth ranked at the time Rutgers Scarlet Knights last Saturday. You've been in the sport a long time, as an athlete and as a coach. What do you say to the team after a game like a result like that, and how do you moving forward in the days following that, like how do you work with the team after a result like that?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, hats off to Rutgers. They're a very good team, older, good depth, and they got us right from the get-go, and we had to fight to get them off of us, and then try to get some things rolling. And it was just we got it, and we need to bounce back. So you have two ways of doing it. You go back in the locker room and you say you tell your team that you're going to burn the film. Let's just move on. We're better than what we did. We were limited a little bit with our personnel, but they're very good, and let's just move on. Or we keep it with us and we use it as motivation, knowing that a team put 22 goals on us. We didn't, we only scored 6 in the first 3 quarters and then 4 in the fourth quarter. You help it drive your attention to detail in this week of practice. So we chose the latter. We did not burn the film at all. We're going to use it. We're going to keep it with us. And hopefully we could, we can learn from it, of that there is a different level out there and that we need to just continue to work. And we're thankful that we have one more non-conference game to move forward here before we get into conference play. And it's been spring break here, so we've had a chance to watch film in the mornings, go over a few things, and then practice in the afternoons.
Yeah, I mean that as much as it hurt to see Rutgers put goal after goal on you guys, it was good to see, this is where teams are, and if Hofstra wants to be at this level, this is what we have to do, and if Hofstra wants to beat these teams, then they gotta play these teams.
Yep, no question.
This Saturday will be Providence. It's going to be the first time in a while since Hofstra's played them. Tried playing them in 2019, but then COVID happened and the world shut down. They're 4-4 on the year. They've got some guys who can sling the ball around. They got some guys who can put the ball in the net. With all of your scouting morning film sessions, what have you and the coaches seen about Providence, and how does Hofstra match up with them?
Yeah, I mean, it's a Coach Gabrielli coach team. He is a Long Island tough guy, and that's how he coaches, and that's how he expects his players to play. So they dodge really hard. They dodge to get to the goal. There's no dodging to feeding. They use the pick play very well. They've got a couple of their better offensive players that have a lot of their points. They share the ball well at times. And certainly they're in your face right from getting off the bus. So we need to be prepared for that. We've watched a bunch of film. We've got a chance to watch them play in a couple of games. We've watched them play, against teams that have played different ways against them, to see how they've reacted. And we're looking forward to getting up there. We're going to leave, Friday after practice in the morning and head up there and kind of get the bus ride out of us a little bit, and then face off, midday, on Saturday, and see what we got on this, on a little bit of a bounce back after the Rutgers game. And, looking forward, we're finally seeing the light with some of our injuries coming back this week in practice, and we'll see, what we can do, or what they can do, hopefully on Saturday.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying most of those exact words about the style that the team plays from an unreleased first WB Mason between us after the St. John's game about Providence. And it's good to see that, they still play that same style and that you analyze them so well. It's the first of a 3-game road trip for Hofstra. After Providence, you guys are opening up CAA play at Fairfield, and then you're heading down to nationally ranked Delaware.
Yep.
How important is it to start this? This might be a silly question, but how important is it to start this road trip with a win as conference play begins right after this one?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly understand the question. It's more important to start this road trip with just playing well. right? I mean, there is a thing of playing well and just you didn't get the W, and we've done that at times, and we haven't been rewarded with the W. Now, again, you can say you didn't play well enough. Yes, you're right to get the win, but it doesn't erase the fact that the team played well, and we need to continue to grow. So yeah, I mean, we're basically treating this as a CAA game, so that we can get a dress rehearsal for the CAA, because we know the CAA games, they just take on a different meaning. They take on a different life. Conference play, there's just that little bit extra attention to detail. There's that little bit extra value of a ground ball. You see guys do different things in CAA games. It just brings out something a little different in you. So we're going to try to simulate this as a CAA game, that Providence is in the CAA for this week. Then they can go back to the Big East, and we're going to try to, certainly starting with the face-off X, see what we can do. They're very scrappy and energetic in that area, and we just got to be, just that much better so that we can gain a few more possessions than they can this week. And then, we'll talk about next week. Again, next week, everybody that hasn't started conference play gets that proverbial restart throughout their year, right? Well, it's conference play. All the other games don't matter. Now you move forward. I mean, they kind of do matter. It's a little bit more of a fan thing and a media thing. And let's get ready to rumble. Here comes the CAA conference, and we go from there. So we'll deal with the conference stuff in a different manner at a different time. But right now, our focus is, let's bounce back from this Rutgers loss. Let's get better than what we've been showing. Let's get some of these healthy guys back in the lineup a little bit more consistently. A couple of guys got a few runs during Rutgers, but they only played, maybe one day of practice last week. Some of them got a little bit more. And, I'm hopeful that we'll get some consistent play out of some of these older guys that had some injuries for the last month or so.
Yeah. There was a lot to parse through in that, but, moral victories, as foolish as maybe silly as that sound, moral victories are a thing in sports, and like you said, CAA play, it's a whole conference play in general. It's just a whole entirely different beast of a schedule from non-conference play. So it's even if you don't get the dub, you definitely want to get some positive momentum going into that conference schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to create a little bit more consistency, coming off of the Rutgers win. If we get the W, but we don't play well, like, because you've seen games that stats are tilted one way and the team doesn't get the W. If we get a W and we don't feel like we played well, that's going to be, something that we're going to have to deal with as we start our conference play. I just want to go up there with the mentality of, let's just play better. Let's play better together. And then the chips will fall where they need to fall after that. And let's get healthy. Let's get smarter, and let's get a little bit more focus as we head now into the midway point of the season. Absolutely.
Good goals, I think, for the team, in addition to playing well, together for a whole 60 minutes of lacrosse.
Yep. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Charlie Rago. He is in surgery right now. Unfortunately, we lost him, to a season-ending injury during the Villanova game in the first couple of minutes. And finally, we were able to get him a surgery date. So a shout out to Bobby DeMonda and all the work that he's done with some of our injuries. But we're just hopeful that we hear from Charlie's doctors shortly that the surgery went well and he can get back to healing. Unfortunately, a captain of ours, his college career has ended on an injury, and nobody likes to hear that. So just wishing you well, Charlie, if you ever get a chance to watch this, and certainly to his family.
Yeah, Charlie, hoping that the surgery goes well and hoping that the recovery goes well. We're all hoping for the best here at Hofstra.
Yep.
It will be this Saturday at 1 p.m. Hofstra will be traveling to take on the Providence Friars. The game will be aired on Flow Live. There will also be live stats of this game. For everything Hofstra men's lacrosse and all Hofstra athletics, visit gohofstra.com. For head coach Seth Tierney, I'm Nick Capitos, and thank you for joining us for this week's WB Mason Coaches Report.